Okay, hello guys, and welcome to a series within the TQ versus VT Gaming Clan War. This and the next game are actually games that I have not seen. They were played while other games were going on, just so we can get the Clan War going faster. So that's why these are being casted as replays, which in a way is actually better because I can get a lot higher quality videos within just a casted replay because I use different programs for that. Now, we do have a Swiss, who is the player for VT Gaming, spawning as a Terran in the left on Lost Temple, who is playing against EroS, who is the Protoss for TQ on the right. Now, I've actually never seen either of these guys play before, so this is going to be interesting to see. We do have fairly normal openings so far from both players, just with the supply depot and the pylon. There's not going to be any proxies from Protoss or anything like that. So now, this is actually interesting because I'm really curious to see how VT Gaming is going to play this, because VT has shown incredible prowess in this game just with the way they've played, and I'm honestly really excited to see how this next player of theirs that I haven't seen before play. So far he seems to be going fairly standard. There's a barracks. I'd be curious to see if there's a Reaper that's going to pop out, because that has happened in a couple games, and Reapers are just awesome, so that's always nice to see. Now, I am going to take this chance just to say that VT Gaming and TQ are both teams with websites. I'd like to think that TQ is cool. I know that VT is cool, so check out them. Their site is below. And really, you should just check them out because they're incredible players. You'll be able to learn a lot from watching these games and watching some other games that they've done. And I'd honestly love to be able to play like them one of these days because they have some incredible players. And right now, there's not really a ton to say. There is an SCV scouting, just moving around. We have the probe that's trying to harass a barracks. That's not going to go very well. The Marine is about to pop, so the probe has to either leave now or leave in 5 seconds or die, unless it can actually micro away from the Marine, though that kind of is a little hard to do. Now, there is a cybernetics core out. There might be a zealot that'll pop, but it could also just be just wait for the Stalker to get the Stalker first. EroS could do that. You can get away with that, but Terran has a lot of early pressure that it can do against Protoss that can be fairly damaging. All things that can be all things considered. So now this SCV is there, and here we do have the Zealot coming first. It doesn't seem to be timed so that the Stalker can come out immediately, but it won't really matter that much. It is getting cruised out with a Stalker as well queued up behind it. There might be yeah, there's Warpgate. So we are going to have maybe a little pressure with the Stalker and the Zealot in the beginning. It actually can be good, especially because the Terran did not wall off. Now we do have the Reaper. There we go. I'm really excited to see the Reaper come out. Concussive shells as well, so it seems like to be one Reaper into Marauder pressure, which is very, very strong. And that'll be the perfect way to actually be able to deal with this. Now this probe is going to try and escape. And that's actually going to allow this Zealot to be seen by Swiss. He's going to see us and run away. Yep, there we go. So now the Zealot is actually not doing much either. But there's the Reaper. Ooh, the Reaper is out. So the Reaper is actually going to fend off this early aggression that EroS wanted to do with his Stalker and his Zealot. But he's got to get that Stalker up here to watch out for this Reaper. But the Reaper is following the Zealot. The Reapers do a lot against the Zealot. But here we go. Now the Stalker is going to attack the Reaper. And actually, the Reaper is going to die. Maybe it's one more hit and that would have died. But so it does seem that the pressure's been fended off successfully by EroS. So good job for him. The Reaper did not end up getting any scouting or harassment done. So really, these 3 warp gates are not going to be spotted by the fast expansion of Swiss. So it does seem that Swiss is going to go for a fast expansion. He probably wanted to do some pressure with the Reaper in order to put the pressure and make sure that he can stay defended. The Reaper might actually just stay here for scouting. And what this will do is, once he, if he hits hold position over here, oh, never mind. But what he could do is hit hold position over here, and if an expansion comes from EroS, then the Reaper could actually stop mining and hit. I don't know if he can hit the. Oh, it doesn't get any kills. So no kills from the Reaper, but what it could do is just stop mining on probably these 3 patches or so, maybe 2 or 3, and this assimilator. You can take out the assimilator as well because it does a lot of damage versus buildings, but that doesn't really come into play until later. We do have 4 warp gates, so it does seem that 4 warp gate aggression is about to come out from EroS. We can probably see a proxy pylon will come from this guy eventually. But really, Swiss is in a good position. As long as he can hold the front, you can probably do it with a couple barracks and maybe some repairing SCVs. But he'll most likely be okay. We do have a reactor and a tech lab on these 2 barracks, and to just continue to produce units in there. And he is getting stim. So we can see how this is going to play out. Ooh, an engineering bay up the front too. So he's probably going to be ready for a Dark Templar even if they come out. But all I know is that EroS has got to be a little nervous right now with this fast expansion, because it seems like it's been out for a while. The orbital command was almost done, and these guys have been mining here. Really, not gotten a ton out of it yet. So if EroS does not decide to do what I was thinking and hit now before the economic gain from this harassment can. The economic gain from this expansion can come in, instead of just going to throw down his own expansion and probably just try and macro off of 1 base for now. He probably realizes that he can't break the front with those bunkers just yet, so that's probably why he pulled back. We do have the missile turret coming up just in case for Dark Templar, because Swiss has not been able to really get a lot of scouting going on. And Twilight Council is actually there, so we could have Charge Lots, High Templar, or Dark Templar coming in for EroS in a moment. He does have the money for Dark Shrine. Instead, he's going to get Templar Archive, so he is going to go for High Templar. And it'll be curious to see what this does. This is actually a fairly strong push. The Marines can do a lot of DPS, and the Marauders can do a lot of damage against the Stalkers, as well as make sure that the Zealots can't micro away. So it'll be cool to see how this pans out. Let's just see. The probe did see it. So EroS does know what's going on, and let's see. We do have these guys marching in, and let's see. The Zealots are behind the Stalkers. That's not good. There could be some good force fields that can actually stop these guys from doing anything. But these Stalkers are doing a lot of damage to the running way. He's forced to stim. So it does seem that Swiss did try and just stim to run away, which is both smart and bad, because it does damage all of those Marauders by 20 points and the Marines by 10 points. So they're all going to be in the yellow without even greed. So next time he engages, unless he's getting medevacs out in a moment, which it seems that he actually is, so there's no big deal. You just got to wait for these supply depots to finish. So it does seem that he's not going to do any of the factories. It's going to be a straight Marine Marauder medevac play from here, so you can see. A little bit of a supply block, kind of doing some damage, so he's been stuck at 62 food for a while now versus the 72 food of EroS. But the second supply deals get done, his food will skyrocket. Yep, there we go. And yep, now he's just at 72. He's completely even with EroS. So let's see, assimilators are up, so now gas is going to be mined. We can see that Sidestorm is being researched, and there are no Templar out yet, but just as I say that, say hello to a Templar. Just one though, so no more quite yet. He'll probably want to start researching charge as well, because charge lots are incredibly good against that gets scanned. So now Swiss does know that High Templar are coming out. He might want to get a Ghost Academy. Oh yep, there it is. There's the Ghost Academy. Very, very nice. Actually, you know what? We should probably have the production tab open so we can actually see a little bit clearer. But yeah, the second he scanned the Templar Archives, he immediately went for the Ghost Academy, which is very, very smart. EMP just destroys the usefulness of High Templar, and I would actually recommend that EroS get some charge. Yeah, there he goes. He's finally getting charge, and he's also should probably get some like an Archon or two, just do a little more of the tanking. But it does seem that Swiss is really going for economic play. He's not even putting any pressure onto EroS since that first attack. Instead, he's just going to take out the rocks and probably expand in a moment. He does have the money to. Yep, there he goes. So he has the money. He uses it for expansion. And now there are a lot of medevacs out. Solid, healthy bioforce right here with these Marines and Marauders. So now this is going to be out in a second. Now the Templar, there are 2 Templar out. Where's the, wait, no, there should be a third somewhere. There it is. So there is 1 Templar that has enough for a Sidestorm. I don't think there are any ghosts yet in this army composition. Yeah, no ghosts quite yet, but ooh, getting caught in a bad position. EroS losing a couple of his forces. The High Templar are trying to get the back. Now, where's the, if you can get some force fields off, a force field behind them, and then a Sidestorm afterwards would be incredibly key right now. Where are the forces? He feedbacks the medevac. Very easy choice. No Sidestorm. Just taking out the medevac's energies and trying to do some damage to it. But this is really not good. This actually is probably going to be GG. Swiss is just pushing in. And yeah. And EroS is expressing his frustration that Storm did just finish. And what kind of a smiley face is that? It's got a really large nose. But there is GG from EroS. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let's just continue and move on to the next game. Right now, VT is up 1-0 against TQ.